Lagi po nating labanan ang mali at ang masama. Lagi po nating ipaglaban ang tama.
Pag pinagsama-sama nyo po, kaya ako po nilagay po dyan, Flood Management National Government Budget. Isuma total natin, meron din po ang DENR, meron din po ang MMDA, meron din po ang Pag-asa, meron din po ang Climate Change Commission. Aabutin po ito ng 1.44 billion kada araw. Yan po ang ginagastos ng ating gobyerno para tugunan ang problema ng pagbaha. 1.44 billion. Mr. President, hindi pa po kasama dito ang pondo na ginagastos ng lokal na pamahalaan. Hindi pa po kasama dito ang mga feasibility studies. Ngayong taon, 47 billion feasibility study alone.
At isa na ang super typhoon ang Bagyong Karina.
Mr. President, unfortunately, ayaw ho mag-play at nag-aaral pa rin yung mga nasa likod natin, Mr. President. May I just proceed? Alam nyo, karamihan ng marami na binaha sa video, isa lamang po yung hiling. Masaklolohan at ma-rescue po sila. Kaya nais po nating magpasalamat and i-take itong opportunity na ito sa mga bayani ng ating bayan. Ang ating mga rescuer, social worker, police, coast guard, health worker, kasama na po ang mga magigiting na miyembro ng media at mga weather forecaster ng Pag-asa na hindi matatawaran ang hirap at pagod tuwing may bagyo at pagbaha. Tayo rin po ay nagpaabot ng taus-pusong pakikiramay sa pamilya ng 36 na ating mga kababayan na nasawi dahil nalunod, na kuryente, at nabaon sa mga landslides noong kasagsagan ng Bagyong Karina. Ginoong Pangulo, halos 10 taon na po ang nakararaan na ang representasyon na ito ay dumalaw noon sa Hagunoy, Bulacan. Nagdala rin po tayo ng relief goods. Hindi pa po tayo senador. Nakakita po tayo ng isang palutang-lutang na CRV Honda, Mr. President. Tinali po ito sa poste ng Meralco doon sa Hagunoy. At naisip ko po sa aking sarili, ano kaya ang pakiramdam ng may-ari nito? Pinaghirapang ipundar ang sasakyan, ari-arian, pero wawasakin lang ng baha. Umaasa pa kaya sila na matutulungan sila? Isa po ito, Ginoong Pangulo, sa nagbigay sa akin ng dahilan para tumakbo sa Senado noong 2016. Ang paniwala ko po kasi, Ginoong Pangulo, kung mapapabilang po tayo sa institusyong ito, may magagawa po tayo para masolusyonan o maibsan man lang ang malagim na sitwasyon ng ating mga kababayan sa Bulacan, lalo na tuwing may bagyo, lalo na tuwing may baha. Sabi ko rin po sa sarili ko, I wanted to be part of the solution. Kaya unang taon po natin dito sa Senado, noong Agosto hanggang Setyembre 2016, nakiisa po kagad tayo sa mga pagdinig dito sa Senado, hinggil po sa estado ng pagbaha sa ating bansa. Hindi ko na po iisa-isahin yung ating mga tanong na ni-raise, mga sagot na ating nakuha. Pinondohan din po natin ng 10 milyon yung hinihingi ng DPWH na dapat may feasibility study. Pinondohan po natin yon at para alamin po kung ano nga ba yung scientifico na mga paraan para solusyonan ang tumitinding baha sa aming mahal na lalawigan. Nang matapos po ang feasibility study, Ginoong Pangulo, ayaw naman po implement. Kesyo kulang pa raw at kailangan pa ng dagdag na pondo. It took me 2 years, Mr. President, to pursue this advocacy. Taon-taon na lang po, Ginoong Pangulo, nire-raise natin ang issue ng matinding pagbaha sa budget hearing ng DPWH. Taon-taon po, Ginoong Pangulo. Noong September 2022, matapos pong masawi yung mga kababayan ko sa Bulacan, doon yung mga rescuers po sa San Miguel, Bulacan, kung naaalala nyo po, nanawagan din po tayong muli ng master plan sa DPWH. Senator JB tumatango at ilang mga senador na kasama natin during the hearing. Ito rin po yung dahilan kung bakit sinimulan po nitong representasyon na ito yung Mobile Command Vehicle sa pakikipagtulungan sa DOST. Pinondohan din po natin ito para mabigyan yung ilan pong mga probinsya sa Central Luzon. 65 million po ang presyo ng isang MOCOV. At kung maaalala nyo po, Ginoong Pangulo, sa halos parehong petsa, last year, 2023 of August, tumayo din po tayo para ilahad ang kalunos-lunos na sitwasyon ng ating mga kababayan dahil po sa isyong ito. In fact, Mr. President, we filed Senate Resolution number 693. This is to investigate ito pong palala ng palalang baha, hindi lamang po sa NCR, kundi na rin sa iba pang mga low-lying area sa ating bansa. Subalit, Ginoong Pangulo, wala pong nangyari. Mr. President, dahil kung may pinatunguhan yung ating mga pagdinig dito sa Senado, kung may pinutunguhan yung mga pondong ating inilaan sa iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan, lalo na sa DPWH, siguro naman po hindi dapat natin nakita yung ganitong antas ng pagbaha tuwing may malakas na pag-ulan. Mr. President, as part of our oversight functions, again, taon-taon na lang, para kinakalampag po natin ang iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno para aksyonan ang problema sa matinding pagbaha. Para na po tayong sirang plaka, Ginoong Pangulo. And I want you to watch this video, Mr. President.
Kayo yung nagsabi, yung delubyo na ito, paulit-ulit na lang. Hindi na sila umaasa na may gagawin pa gobyerno. Wala na akong maniniwala sa atin na totoong gagawa na tayong solusyon. Ilang dekada na ho nila naririnig to eh. It's the same thing over and over and it has worsened.
Mr. President, last year po yan. Yes, I sound like a broken record. Gasgas na po at paulit-ulit na po tayo. Pero sa tibay at pagkamatiisin ng ating mga kababayan, kakayanin pa, pero wag naman po sana 10 taon ulit ang hihintayin natin. At ganito pa rin ang ating sitwasyon. Dahil kung walang magbabago at hindi natin masusolusyonan ang pagbaha, tatanungin ko po ang bawat isa sa atin, maging ang aking sarili, ano pa nga ba ang silbi natin dito sa Senado? Noong pong nakaraang Lunes, Mr. President, ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas ay nag-deliver ng SONA at sinabi po niya na mahigit 5,500 flood control projects ang natapos na at marami pang ginagawa sa buong bansa. With what happened last week, Mr. President, this representation can't help but wonder, is the President being misled by the people around him? Nasaan po itong 5,500 na flood control projects na natapos na ng DPWH? Karamihan daw po ng proyektong ito ay nasa Metro Manila. Pero nakita naman po natin kung paano pinalubog ng baha, hindi lang ang mga kababayan natin, kundi ang maging mga bus, mga truck, at lahat ng na-stranded sa mga kalsada dito sa ating bayan, lalong-lalo na sa Metro Manila. Last year, Mr. President, ipinagmalaki pa sa atin ni Secretary Bonoan ng DPWH na magiging game changer ang flood control project ng DPWH sa Central Luzon. Testigo po yan si Chairman Revilla, si Senator Coco Pimentel, ang ating Senate President ngayon, Chis Escudero. Ito po yung sabi ni Secretary Bonoan last year.
The Central Luzon Pampanga River floodway and San Antonio River San Antonio Swamp Ring Dike, Your Honor. This will be the major project that will actually we think will be able to contribute significantly to address the flooding problems in Bulacan and Pampanga.
So you have the timeline here when we will start?
By next year po siguro, we are hoping that we can start this project. This will be the major project in Central Luzon po.
I'm counting on you, Mr. Secretary.
Major project, Mr. President. A week after 1 linggo po matapos niya sabihin ito, we inquired about it during the budget hearing. Kasama ko ulit si Minority Leader Coco Pimentel nitong oras na ito. And we learned that it's merely a proposal that has not yet been approved by NEDA. Ito po ang clip, video clip.
During the hearing, and for some of our colleagues who were not present during the hearing, last hearing conducted by the Committee on Public Works, headed by Senator Bong Revilla, the answer given to us in the Senate by Secretary Bonoan in addressing the flood control program is that they would have a 60-kilometer floodway program being financed by the Asian Development Bank. That's what we were told. And according to him, this is a game changer. This will address the flooding in Bulacan and the nearby provinces. That's what he said. That's what he said, Your Honor. So I'm just quoting the Secretary.
Ngunit, Ginoong Pangulo, kaninang umaga, napakinggan ko po ang General Manager ng MMDA na si Yusek Procopio Lipana. May sinumiti na daw po sila na terms of reference sa DPWH para sa Drainage Master Plan ng Metro Manila. Ibig sabihin, Ginoong Pangulo, hanggang ngayon po pala, nasa proposal stage pa rin sila. Samantalang matagal na po nating alam nating lahat na antiquated o bulok na ang ating mga drainage system at light to medium na baha na lang ang capacity ng mga pumping station. President, sinabmit na yung NEP kanina. Kanina lang natin nakita sa NEP yung proposal na ito. Feasibility study, 15 million for Metro Manila. Pero yung feasibility study na sinasabi ni Secretary Bonoan, wala pa din po. And by the way, babanggitin ko rin po, nandito na rin ang chairman ng Finance, Senator Grace po. 27 billion ngayon ang feasibility study na hinihain sa atin ng DPWH. Feasibility study ulit, Mr. President. Kaya kailangan naman po siguro magpaliwanag ng DPWH. Mr. President, kaninang umaga rin sa ating chat room ng mga senador, ang no less than our Senate President reported to us that DPWH is saying na kaya bumaha dito sa atin, lumakas ang baha, ang sabi po nila kasi hindi na-switch on yung pong makina dahil wala pong fuel. And it's blocked with trash. Yun din po yung nireport sa atin kanina at nakita ko several of my colleagues giving all mainit na ulo na emoji, galit na emoji, etc. Mr. President, wag naman po sana sa susunod na pagdinig natin, sorry na lang uli at sasabihin malakas kasi ang ulan. Mr. President, we wanted to find out the real status of our flood management master plan. Has it been reviewed? Has it been updated to respond to our changing times and needs? Last year, Mr. President, we allocated roughly 280 billion for flood management and mitigation projects under DPWH. This means, Mr. President, in 2023, 1.079 billion a day on flood control projects. Ngayong taon po, 2024, mas mataas po ang inilaan na budget ng Kongreso para sa DPWH alone. Dito po sa flood management, nasa 1.35 billion kada araw ang pondo ng DPWH. Pag pinagsama-sama nyo po, kaya ako po nilagay po dyan, flood management national government budget. Isuma total natin, meron din po ang DENR, meron din po ang MMDA, meron din po ang Pag-asa, meron din po ang Climate Change Commission. Aabutin po ito ng 1.44 billion kada araw. Yan po ang ginagastos ng ating gobyerno para tugunan ang problema ng pagbaha. 1.44 billion Mr. President, hindi pa po kasama dito ang pondo na ginagastos ng lokal na pamahalaan. Hindi pa po kasama dito ang mga feasibility studies. Ngayong taon, 47 billion feasibility study alone. Mr. President, ang 1.44 billion po ay katumbas ng 144,000 TESDA scholars a day. Ang tulong trabaho fund ng TESDA, 1 billion lang buong taon. Sa 1.44 billion, Mr. President, a day budget, meron ka na po kaagad 700 classrooms. Makapagbibigay ka na kaagad, Mr. President, ng 1.78 million relief packs every day sa 1.78 million families. Araw-araw, Mr. President. Noon pong Huwebes, umikot po tayo sa Bulacan kasama ang ating mga kaibigan, katuwang ang DSWD. Salamat kay Secretary Rex Gatchalian sa kanyang mabilis na pagtugon, na mahagi po tayo ng tulong. Inalam natin kung ano po yung ginagawa at yung lawak ng epekto ng pagbaha sa Bulacan. Nais ko rin pong kunin yung pagkakataon sa ating mga kasamang senador na nagpadala ng suporta. Hindi ko na po kayo iisa-isahin. Kilala nyo na po yung inyong sarili. Marami po sa inyo nakapunta rin sa Bulacan. Out of 572 barangays in our province, mabibilang na lang po, Ginoong Pangulo, kung ilan yung mga barangay na hindi binaa. Kayo po mismo, presiding officer, alam niyo yung Paumbong, Kalumpit at Hagunoy. Ni isang barangay po doon, wala hong nakaligtas. Lahat po nakalubog. Around this time last year, ganun din po yung nangyari, Mr. President. Nandun din po kayo, Ginoong Pangulo. Last year, tandang-tanda ako po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ang lahat po ng tanungin nyo ngayon sa Bulacan, kung mas malala ngayong taon kesa last year, ang lahat po ng sagot ay oo, mas malala. Mr. President, wag na nga ho tayong lumayo dito na lang sa Senado, sa Senate premises. And surrounding roads were not spared by severe flooding last week. Mr. President, at its peak, the floods in front of the Senate gate were almost waist deep. Binaharin po ng gusto ang Quezon City, Valenzuela, Malabon, Caloocan, Pasig, Marikina at Rizal. Pati mga lugar sa Makati na mahal ni Senator Nancy, binaha na hindi binabaha noon, binabaha na rin po ngayon. At ano nga po ba ang nagbago sa sitwasyon ngayon, Mr. President? Ang nagbago, lumolobong pondo na binibigay natin para sa flood control program. At pag tumingin po kayo dito, sabi ni Senator Cynthia, wala na kayong makikita, hindi nyo na makita yung Manila Bay, Manila Sands na. Kung tayo po ay magbabalik tanaw dito sa mga reclamation na ito, matagal na pong nababalot ng kontrobersya ang mga ganitong proyekto. Noong 2002, naging malaking issue ang kasunduan sa pagitan ng PEA o Public Estates Authority at Amari Coastal Bay Development Corporation para mag-develop ng higit 150 hectares reclaimed land sa Manila Bay. At sa mga ginawa na pong reclamation projects, may kahit isa po ba, Mr. President, kahit isa na pag-aaral na narinig tayo dito sa Senado na magpapatunay na hindi magdudulot ang mga ito ng pagbaha? Tinanong din po natin yan nung mga nakaraang pagdinig, Mr. President. May we show the clip?
Yes or no lang, Secretary.
Tinanong ko po si Secretary Bonoan kung meron po ni isang pag-aaral na magsasabing hindi nakaka-
Yes or no lang, Secretary. Naka-apekto
Kakasama
po
ba? Yun.
Hindi, naka-apekto.
Oh,
Ito lang muna.
naka-apekto.
Huwag muna yung ngayon, ha, Secretary.
Sige.
Doon na tayo sa past. Dito sa ginawang reclamation dito. Ito, kitang-kita natin dito yan eh. Nakasama po ba? May pag-aaral. If you say na hindi nakasama o hindi nag-worsen, I wanted to see a empirical data or any study that says hindi naman nakasama.
Okay naman po yung pagdahaloy ng kwan dito sa kwan. I
Si
think
Secretary, nakasama po ba? Tumaas po ba yung baha?
I cannot offer an answer, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Mr. President, after that particular hearing na ginawa po natin sa Senado, ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ordered the indefinite suspension of 22 Manila Bay reclamation projects to give way to a thorough study on their environmental impact and legal compliance. However, Mr. President, just 3 months later, DENR announced that 2 out of 22 reclamation projects were able to pass their compliance review, leading to the approval of the project's resumption. Ginoong Pangulo, tuwing tumitingin po ako sa Manila Bay, laging may kurot ngayon sa aking puso. Tuwing napapatingin po ako sa mga reclamation projects na ito, siguro yun yung dahilan kung bakit hindi na matawag na Manila Bay ang lugar na ito, kung hindi Manila Sands. Mr. President, hindi po pwede na sasabihin na lang po natin sa taong bayan, malakas kasi ang ulan. O di kaya maraming tubig ang ulan na dala ng bagyo. Hindi po ito katanggap-tanggap, Ginoong Pangulo. Hindi naman po tayo nagpapanggap na eksperto sa usapin na ito. Pero wag naman po sana nating gamiting dahilan ng climate change. Magpapagawa ka ng proyekto tapos sasabihin mo, hindi mo alam kung uulan, hindi mo alam kung babagyo, hindi mo alam kung babaha. Flood control nga po yung proyekto eh. Hindi ko na ho alam kung ano ibig sabihin ng flood control pag dinefine nyo, Senate Minority Leader. Hindi ko na alam. Ano ba yung control na tinatawag? Parang walang baterya yung control. Wala kahit katiting na control tayong nakita nitong mga nakaraang araw. Wala po bang mga datos sa pag-aaral na mga katulong sa pamahalaan para implement ito? At ngayong taon po, tinignan ko na po yung NEP. 1 billion a day pa rin. Mr. President. Alam nyo, sa Bulacan, kahit po ang mga kalsada na hindi madaanan dahil sa baha 10 or 15 years ago, and I'll say this, looking at each other's faces, looking at each one of you, eye to eye, Mr. President. The past 10, 15 years ago, yung parehong mga kalsada na not passable pa rin. Ewan ko po sa inyong mga lugar, Ginoong Pangulo. Ewan ko po sa lugar ng ating mga kasamahan dito sa Senado. Ang tanong ko lang po, hanggang kailan ba tayo gagawa ng feasibility study? Na hindi naman po mai-implementa pag meron na namang feasibility study. O ngayon ho, sa NEP, tinignan ko ngayong taon na ito, 27 billion DPWH alone ang feasibility study. Nakikiusap po ako, Ginoong Pangulo. Nakikiusap po ako sa bawat isa na naririto. Sa aking mga kasamahan sa Senado. Nagsasawa na rin po ako humarap sa aking mga kababayan, Mr. President. Taon-taon na lang. At sasabihin po sa akin, yung hanggang dibdib na baha, Mr. Senator, ngayon lagpas tao na. Ganun na lang po ba? Tatanggapin natin, Mr. President? Ayon po sa datos ng PSA, halos 500 billion pesos na ang halaga ng pinsala na dulot ng bagyo at iba pang sakuna sa ating bansa sa loob ng isang dekada. 10 years, Mr. President. Pero pag tinignan niyo po yung gastos natin sa flood management program alone in the past 10 years, Mr. President, it's 1.14 trillion pesos, Mr. President. 1 plus 1, Mr. President. We need a comprehensive plan to address flooding now more than ever before, because even according to study by Climate Central, an independent organization of scientists, major cities in NCR could be submerged in water by 2050. The same study also indicated that our home province, my home province in Bulacan, could suffer the same fate mas mabilis in 25 years from now, Mr. President. Nakakabahala po ito. The billions of pesos that we spend for flood control should also go to projects aligned with the Supreme Court mandamus ruling on Manila Bay, which ordered 13 government agencies to clean up, rehabilitate, and preserve Manila Bay and make it fit for swimming. Meron po 2008 mandamus ruling ng Supreme Court. Sabi po doon sa 13 government agencies, Mag-clean up kayo, i-rehabilitate, i-preserve ninyo yung Manila Bay, and make it fit for swimming. Paano ka magsuswim kung puro buhangin ang makikita natin ngayon? Hindi ko naintindihan yun, Mr. President. Gusto ko rin pong malaman. Dahil kung pinapapreserve yung Manila Bay, kung sinasabing make it suitable for swimming, the only thing na nakita ko the past so many years is the Dolomite Beach. Nothing more. Dalangin ko rin po, Ginoong Pangulo, na magkaroon tayo ng clear-cut policy on reclamation projects. Nais ko pong magwakas by saying, Mr. President, na nagkasalansan-salansan na, lumaki na ang problema natin. May oil spill na rin po dun sa motor tanker ng Jason Bradley at MT Terra Nova sa Bataan. At least, yung Jason Bradley, diesel lang. Pero yung MT Terra Nova, medyo mabigat po, Mr. President. Pinangangambahan din po na aabot ito dito sa Maynila. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, hindi na po band-aid solution ang ating kailangan. Hindi po natutuwa yung mga kababayan natin na dinadala natin sila sa evacuation center. Kahit may dala po tayong relief goods, hindi na po sila natutuwa. Di naman po nila gusto yun eh. Di naman po nila gustong pumipila lagi para makakuha ng relief goods, Mr. President. Wala na pong gusto na pumipila para makatanggap ng relief goods. Ang gusto nila, solusyon. Hanggat wala po tayong klaro, Ginoong Pangulo, hanggat wala po tayong klarong solusyon o master plan, mananatili po itong unli baha. Pero hindi po unli ang resilience ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi po unli ang ating pondo. Hindi po unli ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan. Kaya, Ginoong Pangulo, dalangin ko po sa susunod na mga bagyo, dahil nasa letter C pa lang tayo, karina pa lamang po tayo, ay hindi na unli ang baha at ang pasakit sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo, at pagpalain tayong lahat ng ating Panginoong Diyos.
Maraming salamat, Senator Joel. Kaisa po ninyo ako sa pagkadismaya sa nangyaring matinding baha noong nakaraang linggo dahil sa Bagyong Karina. At hindi lamang sa Bulacan nangyayari ito, kundi sa halos maraming parte sa ating bansa. Lalo na kasama na rin naming lungsod sa bayan ng San Juan. At sumasang-ayon din ako na kailangan natin magpatupad at agarang mabigyan ng epektibong solusyon. Maraming salamat, Senator Joel.
Mr. President, Senator Grace Poe is seeking the floor.
Senator Poe is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is just in reaction to the privileged speech of our colleague, Senator Joel Villanueva. I feel his frustration and his pain, and I would also like to thank our minority leader for this indulgence. It will be very quick. I would just like to give an update, especially with the Finance Committee. We were just in receipt of the National Expenditure Program's budget for this coming year. Kanina lamang ay dumating ang NEP. Lumalabas na 900 billion na budget ng DPWH, 254 billion ang nakalaan para sa flood management program. Ito ay tumaas pa sa nakalaan na budget for this 2024. Samantala, ang MMDA rin ay may sariling budget. Hindi lang DPWH. 5.5 billion ang budget nila at 40% nito or 2.4 billion naman ang nakalaan para sa flood control. Actually, Mr. Chairman, meron pa kaming unfinished business sa MMDA dahil may mga pumping stations sila last year na parang gusto namin tanungin kung talagang gumana ba. So, Mr. President, I would just like to say sa darating na budget deliberation, dadaan sa butas ng karayom ang flood control budget ng DPWH, MMDA at iba pang mga ahensya. Dahil hindi ako sang-ayon at hindi tayo sang-ayon na dagdagan ng budget para sa flood management hanggat hindi nila na ipapaliwanag na maayos kung paano nila at saan nila ginagastos ang mga pondo nung mga nagdaang taon. Kasi pag sinabing dredging, sinusukat ba natin kung gaano karaming lupa ay natanggal? Saan nila nilalagay yon? Tapos sa mga pagdinig, alam naman natin na ang daming kulang-kulang na mga nangyayari. So, yun lamang, Mr. President. I would like to thank our colleague, Senator Joel Villanueva, for raising this very timely and important issue which we seem to experience every year. Kung hindi tag-init, walang tubig, sobra-sobra naman ang tubig. Diba? Parang, yun na. So, maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Grace.
Just to also add to what our chairperson of the Senate Committee on Finance had already mentioned, and I thank her for her support. Mr. President, let me just correct my figure doon po sa feasibility study that was submitted to us in the NEP, page 916, Mr. President, of the expenditure program. Yung support to operations na pre-feasibility study ay 23,605 million po yung exact data na nakuha po natin. At muli, Ginoong Pangulo, gusto ko rin pong sabihin doon na hindi po kasama dito yung binanggit sa atin noon ni Secretary Bonoan na sinasabing game changer na major project doon po sa Central Luzon. Hindi pa rin po kasama dito. Salamat, Ginoong Pangulo.
Thank you, Senator Joel.
Mr. President, Senator Lauren Legarda would like to express a manifestation of support.
Senator Legarda is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President, Presiding Officer. I would like to commend our colleague, the former Majority Leader from Bulacan, for his timely intervention regarding the floods brought about by Typhoon Karina. Hailing from a province like Bulacan and nearby Malabon, where I was born and raised, we know what our people went through during Karina. But I just have a very brief question. When I went around the day after the typhoon, and I went to my barangay where I was born, which is Potrero in Malabon, Mayor Sandoval was there and mentioned that the navigational valve in Navotas, was not working, and it is under the supervision of the MMDA, and it's been out of service for a while, and it needed hundreds of millions to be upgraded, rehabilitated, and of course procurement takes time. I want to know if that is part of the reason why, first, there was a storm, second, it's high tide, third, the navigational valve was not working, and that is what would bring in the water from Manila Bay if it's high tide. So I'd like to know if that is part of the reason why Kamanava was easily flooded.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, our esteemed colleague. I think your information is as good as mine. I rely also on the news, Mr. President, that indeed may sira, hindi gumagana, etc. At to add to add salt to the wounds, Mr. President, yung pong narinig natin kaninang umaga sa ating Senate President sa kanyang text message sa bawat isa sa atin, yung pong hindi ko po alam kung parte po yan na sinasabi na hindi daw po gumagana yung pumping station at dahil hindi daw po naka-switch on at ang binigay po sa kanyang rason ay wala pong gasolina at black daw po with trash. The only thing I can mention right now, Mr. President, distinguished colleague, is that when I see this afternoon, the National Expenditure Program, finally, meron na pong ginagawang feasibility study. There was a 15 million allocated funds feasibility study for National Capital Region. So I suppose that would be part of it, Mr. President, distinguished colleague.
MMDA.
This is under DPWH, Madam Mr.
Yes.
President.
Thank you for that information. That's very quick. However, I am told that the navigational valve is under the supervision of the Metro Manila Development Authority. So perhaps we could find out again, ang Metro Manila, ano ba? Sino ba ho ang in charge nino? At ano ba ang DPWH? How do they? Yes, because every time there's a budget season, they always pass the buck, and probably during the time of the Majority Leader, when he was MMDA chair, he must have been in charge of it, but sometimes the taskings and the jurisdictions change. Another question, if I
If
can
I may
ask the
answer
gentleman.
right away your
Yes.
previous question, Mr. President. And again, I'm just relying on information that was given to me, Mr. President. The navigation gate was damaged after a barge forcefully entered the channel from the sea going to the shipyard in Navotas. And this happened actually in June 7, 2024. So this was before the onslaught
Yes.
of Typhoon
So
Karina.
it's not, yes, you're correct. It happened quite recently, and I'm not sure if it's correct. It needs hundreds of millions
Yes.
to repair, and because it's in the middle of the year, and it's not a line item, it would take time. And that means if a navigational gate or valve, whatever it's called, is destroyed, then something is not working, and therefore the floods will happen. And that explains it. So
Yes.
my question, which perhaps the good gentleman need not answer, is what do we do when something so major breaks down because of an accident, a barge? How do we actually fix it in the middle of the year when there's no provision for parts or for repair of these expenses?
Mr. President, to answer bluntly, number one, common sense. Kasi turn on lang daw, hindi daw na-switch on yung sinasabi sa ating Senate President. Number two, look at what's happening behind us, Mr. President. Easily, you can find out bakit nahihirapan lumabas yung tubig. Puro buhangin na yung nasa harap natin,
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Yeah.
Number three, which we have been talking about for so many years, and I sound like a broken record, Mr. President, master plan. We have been hearing about master plan, Mr. President. Kasi kung gagamitin po natin, for example, Mr. President, gagalawin natin yung isang barangay, inayos natin. Yung kabila na po yung pupunta yung baha. Pag inayos natin yung buong town, sa susunod na taon po sasama. Pag inayos po natin yung buong probinsya, for example, ng Bulacan, tatamaan naman po yung Pampanga. And that's why we have been calling for a master plan, Mr. President. In fact, Mr. President, last year, we were told, for example, just in this particular case, the one in Central Luzon, yung binabanggit po kanina ni Secretary Bonoan, it's a 60-kilometer floodway. And he said, and I quote, the project might start this year, Mr. President. And yet, it's still a feasibility study. In fact, if you look at the NEP, wala pa rin po doon sa feasibility study yung supposed to be gagawin. Kaya ako, litong-lito na rin po. And again, I wish to hear what DPWH would say. And I am very eager to find out ano ba talaga yung bagong sagot sa atin ngayon. Pagkakansagot po kasi, Mr. President, kayo ho bilang eksperto at kinikilala sa apat na sulok ng daigdig when it comes to the issue on climate change, Mr. President. Senator Legarda can attest na panahon pa ni Limahong pinag-uusapan na yung climate change. Tapos ngayon sasabihin, climate change kasi kasi malakas ang ulan Kasi mas maraming ulan na dala itong bagyong Karina kaysa sa Ondoy. Hindi po talaga katanggap-tanggap. Thank you, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat dyan. Ngayon na binanggit nyo yan, babanggitin ko lang ito. Alam po natin na itong bahang ito ay dulot din ng mga basura, bote, lata, plastic na nasa mga daluyan ng tubig sa mga drainage, esteros at kanal. Yung hindi pagpapatupad ng Ecological Solid Waste Management Act. So, we're not even talking about equipment. We're not talking about budgets for maintenance. We're talking about sheer and mere compliance with a more than 23-year-old law. So, ang tanong ko po, MMDA, nandito yung majority leader, dating head ng MMDA. Yan, tayo mga apekto rin sa flood, Bulacan, at Kamanava. Ilang araw sa isang linggo, linilinis ang mga drainage at kanal. At yung mga repair sa kalsada, hindi ba merong mga semento at mga buhangin na pupunta sa mga drainage at maaring yung mga semento naninigas, so it really makes the holes and the crevices in the drainages smaller. So I asked this question not expecting an answer, but maybe a rhetorical question, which I will ask during the budget hearings. How often do the agencies of government and the LGUs, and is it both MMDA and DPWH or only MMDA, should clear and clean all waterways, esteros, canals, and drainages. How often do they do it? Can they kindly give us a report? But if the former majority leader, our gentleman from Bulacan, would answer me, I would be so happy to have an answer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish I could answer the question, Mr. President, but I also have a question with regard to the mandamus ruling of the Supreme Court. There was a Supreme Court ruling asking the 13 agencies of the government, Mr. President, to comply, Mr. President, with the ruling na i-clean up, rehabilitate, maging fit for swimming ang Manila Bay. Since then, Mr. President, ang tanging nakita ko na proyekto ay yung Dolomite Beach. I don't know. Including river system.
You're correct.
Eh yun nga sabi, para to be fit for swimming, yun po nakalagay. Fit for swimming, paano ka magsuswimming ho dyan? Eh buhanginan po.
Tama po kayo. So, ang ating the unanswered questions, Mr. President, would be first, how often, or did they do it at all, clean the drainage, esteros, canals, and waterways? And second, who is responsible? MMDA and or DPWH and whichever. And third, the maintenance of both pumping stations and navigational gate, valves, all of that. And fourth, the compliance of LGUs to the cleanup of river systems leading to Manila Bay. And fifth, the compliance of government agencies to the Supreme Court mandamus on Manila Bay. All of these questions we cannot answer now, but we hope that the agencies will be ready with the answers during the time of our budget hearings.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Just to put in the records, Mr. President, MMDA, DENR, DepEd, DOH, DA, DPWH, DBM, PCG, PNP, Maritime Group, DILG, MWSS, LUA, PPA. They were asked by the Supreme Court to give us a report, to make a report every quarter, Mr. President. So I wonder what happened to that report and what happened to our Manila Sands. Yes. Thank you, Mr. President.
I see Senator Cynthia Villar raising her hand.
I just want to manifest how that mandamus of Manila Bay helped our city of Las Piñas. Since I read that mandamus of Manila Bay, and that's giving 13 government agencies to help us clean Manila Bay. Of course, when you want to clean Manila Bay, you clean the river going to Manila Bay. So there was a time that there are 300 squatter in our legislated protected area. I called MMDA to remove them, and they removed because that is part of the mandamus of Manila Bay. And at the same time, I asked MMDA, DNR, and DPWH to give me personnel that will clean our river daily. And they gave me more than 100 personnel to clean our river. So there is one cleaner for every kilometer of our river, in the river and in the river drive that is passing through the river. So actually, if you call on them because of the mandamus on Manila Bay, they will help you. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Senator Ligarda.
Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President and also our Majority Leader. Hihirit lang po ako, nabanggit yung master plan. And I have the admission of the design group in the DPWH that in fact, maraming lugar, ma'am, ang walang study in terms of long-term planning na study. Pira-piraso. Kaya yung flood control na napupundahan, hindi aligned sa anumang overall flood control program. Ang nangyayari, kung saan lang gusto ilagay yung pondo, doon maglalagay ng kung ano-anong flood control structures, wala kahit anumang basis sa engineering or sa design. Alam naman natin na may konsiderasyon na pinag-uusapan. Nung bago kaming mga congressman, marami rito, kasamahan ko na first termer noon, noong 1998, kailan ba tayo nag-umpisa? 19 kopong-kopong. Nagugulat po kami kung bakit limpak-limpak na salapi ang binibigay sa flood control, walang anuman water body, river system o baybay sa tabi. At ang sabi sa amin, hoy mga bata, huwag kayong maingay, hindi sumisisid ang COA. Malapit na ang eleksyon. I-flood control mo na lahat ng perang yan. And hindi ako nagtuturo, hindi ako nagmamalinis, pero alam po natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng consideration. At nakakabahala dahil unang-una walang master plan, nakakagulat naman yon. At malalaking rivers, malalaking baybay, malalaking waterways at lawa, walang kaplano-plano, kaya nakakanerbiyos. Tapos yung popondohan pa, yung may konsiderasyon. Yun lang po.
Senator,
President, last to deliver his manifestation.
Senator Binay.
Mr. Chair, just to share, kasi napag-usapan ho yung master plan. Noong 2013 po, after nung Ondoy, nagkaroon ho tayo ng flood management master plan for the Greater Metro Manila area. So siguro maganda hong tingnan, Mr. President, kung ano na hong nangyari dito sa master plan na nagawa noong 2013. Maraming salamat po.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, last to deliver a manifestation is Senator Revilla, but then, Mr. President, the former Mayor of San Juan would also like to deliver a manifestation, Mr. President.
Who's first? Senator De La Rosa.
Senator, the good one.
Yes, Mr. President, just like to make a manifestation. Nabanggit kanina ni Senator Joel Villanueva. Totoo po yun. Nakakalungkot na nakikita po natin. It seems that in our flood control projects, we have almost 300 billion a year. That's 1 billion a day. Pero nakakalungkot na yung pong mga high impact projects that would really mitigate flooding problems in Bulacan, Central Luzon, Pampanga, and Metro Manila, mukhang hindi po nangyayari. Sa halip na mga major floodways, dikes, water impounding systems ang ginagawa, mukhang ito po ay pinagpipira-piraso, pinaghahati-hatian. Mr. President, you will notice also from the air, makikita niyo po, halos lahat na po ng ilog, no? Yung mga slope nila ay simentado na po kahit walang community. Hilig po ang slope protection ng mga proyekto, drainage improvement. But what we need really for us to be able to mitigate and lessen this flood are high impact projects like floodways, mega dikes, and water impounding. Just like to cite also an example that during my time as mayor and congressman, during the incumbency of our majority leader, as MMDA chair, dahil po ang MMDA in charge sa flood control project sa Metro Manila, doon po sa San Juan, alam po ng presiding officer, meron tayong mga 5 barangay na binabaha that are located by the river. Pero kung talagang mag-iisip kayo kung paano ito sosolusyonan, nagawa po natin na parang we were able to put up pumping stations in Balumbato, Salapan, Rivera, and Progreso. No, sa tulong po ni then Chairman Francis Tolentino, na wala po dati 15 feet ang baha doon at hindi nawawala, pero natanggal po. But this time around, siguro going doon sa mga problema na binanggit po ni Senator Joel, yung pong huling pumping station, Mr. President, sana po sa San Perfecto na ngayon nalubog, ang daming nasayang na ari-arian. Inarang po, inirata po. Sa halip na pumping station, ginawang slope protection, drainage improvement na naman, at pinaghati-hatian na naman. Kung ito po ay nangyayari dito sa Metro Manila, much more in the provinces, Mr. President. Kaya yan po siguro ang nilalarawan kung bakit hindi masolusyonan ang ating pagbabaha sa Central Luzon, particularly Pampanga and Bulacan, na sa halip na high-impact projects like floodways, dikes, and water impounding projects ay nahahati-hati to slope protection, walang katapusan drainage improvement na paulit-ulit at dredging na hindi mo naman mabilang. Yun lang po, Mr. President. Thank you.
So ang ibig niyo po sabihin,
like to thank the good
ibig
one.
niyo po sabihin nung chairman po si Senator Tolentino ng MMDA, wala pong baha sa Metro Manila.
Meron naman po, pero sa tulong niya, nabigyan ho tayo ng pumping station sa Barangay Balumbato, Rivera, Salapan. Actually, Mr. President, ginaya po lang natin ito doon sa Navotas because Navotas is below sea level, but they were able to remove the flooding. 70% po ng Navotas lagi lubog nung paglalagay ng bombastic pumping station, at ginaya po natin. I'd like to thank the chairman, Francis Tolentino, no, na tinulungan po niya tayo na wala po yung baha sa San Juan. Kaya siguro dapat ibalik na rin si Francis Tolentino sa MMDA. Hindi, biro na po. Biro na po, pero maraming salamat.
I appreciate with gratitude the comments given by Senator JV. In fact, Mr. President, I can still vividly recall that I was trying to prevent the flooding of the Agora area. And in Valenzuela, I was working in tandem with the then mayor of Valenzuela, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. We had a VOM project, Valenzuela, Ubando, Maykawayan, Mr. President. So it just rekindled my memories na halos lahat pala dito ay kasama natin noon sa pagbaha, including our efforts in Provident Village and in Makati. Mr. President, the last to deliver a manifestation are still two gentlemen, Senator Bato de la Rosa, and then to be followed by Senator Revilla.
Senator De La Rosa is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Sorry.
I think, Mr. President, nobody from this august chamber would tend to disagree with the contents of the privileged speech of the good gentleman from Bulacan, Senator Joel Villanueva. So I would like to encourage each and every one of us during the budget deliberations to actively participate in the deliberations para siguruhin natin na may mapupuntahan talaga yung pondo na yan at hindi masasayang. So that's all, Mr. President. I hope sama-sama tayo during budget deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you.